And we hope that Bob Bradley and company can get a little bit of rest under their belt, but fact of the matter is the preparations for those World Cup qualifiers have to start in earnest. The USA do not want to get themselves in that predicament where they could be the odd team out. And with Mexico surging, Honduras with 3 of the next 4 games at home, the US could find themselves in that dreaded 4th position, or even more dreaded, I doubt it, in 5th.
Now they're just opening up the field. You see the wall passes and combinations, short exchanges, playing from side to side. Franco looking over his shoulder before he releases another. Bella so good at eluding and getting himself deep behind. At this point, you just want to stay compact and move from side to side and try to play simple.
The agony will end for the United States in about 4 minutes.
For the United States?
Yes. Franco is offside. Carlos Esquivel will be the final substitution of the match. Cooper has kept it in play, has 2 defenders to deal with, drives it towards Ching, can't reach it.
Good ball from Cooper. Great individual movement to separate and keep an eye on Ching, who puts himself in the box. If you're Vasco Aguirre as well, you want to show some sportsmanship. I know some would say no. You got to be careful because this won't be forgotten.
And in defense of Vasco, you could see them put the brakes on a couple times.
Yeah. And I've seen him off camera here where he's talking to his players, playing from side to side and just maintain possession. Open up the field. Play smart.
Pierce. Cooper got it trapped in the spokes. The U.S. certainly, a goal would provide a little bit of tonic. Mexico, 4 second-half goals to run away with the 2009 Gold Cup.
I see Courtney Campbell is on the...
That's a red card, second yellow for Jay Heaps.
As he comes through, he shows the bottom. And the assistant referee didn't put his flag up here. Campbell saw that from 45 yards away. Now he's got to have good vision to make that call. But when we see it in our replay, it did look like he was showing the bottom of the studs.
Well, I'm sure all the players are watching this, whether they're watching it on Fox Soccer Channel, Landon Donovan, the like, the United States, whether some are watching it overseas on some satellite feed, perhaps a different language, but the message is clear no matter what language they're hearing it. The efforts will have to be better by that group in August. Mexico will be the first team to win a 5th Gold Cup at the expense of the United States. The U.S. will play the final minutes here. A man down, Jay Heaps, seeing red. That's the end of the day for Jose Antonio Castro, who scores the 4th goal. Off there by Van Perkins.
I think it was a good second half from Castro. They had better shape in the midfield. They had a better reaction, coordination on both sides of the ball.
What does the United States, and obviously it's going to take a while for this one to settle in, but what lesson can they take out of this?
Well, I think that for 45 minutes they played great football. They had the opportunity, like Bob Bradley said, coming out of the locker rooms. He said, we got to be more decisive and take our chances. There's a late shot here in front.
He'll probably get booked, Brian Ching, for that, and probably deserves to be booked, as he left a business card there.
But to be fair, if Charlie Davies is playing in this game in the first half with Benny Failhard, those opportunities might become a reality. If you put in Landon Donovan, Dempsey, a few of the players, Tim Howard, I think Perkins has been great. It's been difficult what he was up against because these were 100% opportunities one-on-one.
Bela. Franco. Oh, boy. 5-0 Mexico. Franco, the 5th different goal scorer in the 90th minute. The horror. The horror.
I tell you, see the way Mexico's running, even after the 5th goal. Bella's sprinting back. Santos. Guiche Franco's got pepper in his feet. He's got his eyes on the goal, and they're still looking to push forward. It's been a great second half for Aguirre in Mexico. And like you said, Max, everything has come apart.
Rogers. And now the sweet sound of that final whistle for the U.S. A humbling experience it turned out in this second half. 5 second-half goals. Real quickly, tremendous effort by everyone who came out. Almost 80,000 here. The final number, 79,156 here at Giant Stadium.
That's fantastic.
A good portion of them from Puebla, as we found out from Steve Bell. This one driven in. Cronin!
That's all right. Good shot from Cronin. He gets in behind Robbie Rogers.
You know, Landon Donovan, I know when they had that victory in the World Cup, the quote when they would see Mexican supporters would be 2-0. The shirts you see everywhere says 2-0. Expect to see 5-0 shirts being made by the Mexican public, and they deserve it as they thump. This is the worst defeat or the biggest disparity in any Gold Cup game in 2009.
I think that we jinxed Perkins on that comment right there. 30 yards out from Franco at the near post.
Will they make it a shirt that says 6-0? That's what Gio dos Santos is looking for. He'll peel it back. We're into stoppage time.
Now you go back to all the games when a team collectively has lost everything in the tank, that you're there for the taking. And in the '86 World Cup, you remember what a way when they lost to Denmark. Well, Michael Laudrup and Elkiar just tore them apart. Very similar to this. Look at him. He's about 25 yards out. He pulls away. The pressure's not there. And it looks like Perkins couldn't really see through the movement of Marshall. Nice strike from Guille Franco.
Well, sadly, this will taint their efforts in the Gold Cup and maybe the Confederations Cup. U.S. Soccer has done so many great things this summer to help its place on the sporting landscape. Offside on Cooper. He might get booked for that. Courtney Campbell reaching for his pocket. A bit silly on Cooper's side, but you can't blame him after you have to absorb a result like this. Four additional minutes, one more minute of anguish for the U.S.
Well, this makes the rivalry that much more important. Remember the last time when they had played in Mexico for the World Cup qualifying, when I think Mexico had scored 4 at Azteca and Zina scored the first goal. I was in Mexico at that time, and it kind of lifted the country because they have a huge respect for the United States, who have come on in the last decade.
This has lifted Mexico, no doubt about it. Squeezed by Costa Rica in the semis. Rogers. And look at the defending by Mexico. They will not give an inch. What a tremendous performance. Back to front. Side